guys. One of my favourite artists is Vincent van Gogh, and I admire everything about him, but the most thing that I admire about him is that he painted to survive. And what's astonishing, as with many of these famous artists, as you've probably gathered, that at the time of them painting their paintings, they were destitute, starving, blah blah blah. In other words, if they could be here today to see how much their paintings are worth and how much their paintings go for, they would be completely shocked. Because as I said, at the time when they were painting them, they didn't have a penny. They were selling paintings to survive the day. If they sold a painting, it would maybe feed them for a good couple of days, maybe even a week, and then they were back to square one again. So this is what fascinates me about painters like Vincent van Gogh. Here's one of my art books that I've got that concerns Vincent van Gogh, guys. It's a book on all the letters that he wrote to his brother Theo. It's a heavy book, but I'll show you a couple of the pictures there. I'm be a patron. I mean, it's full of pictures that he's done. That's another thing that I was really surprised when I was researching Van Gogh. I mean, you know that his life was cut short with him committing suicide and shooting himself, but I was amazed at the amount of paintings that he did manage to succeed in completing in his short painting life. But there you are. There he's there. There he's there. He's done a lot of self-portraits. That's the thing I haven't done, is do self-portraits of myself. I'll need to start doing it. But there you are, there's the letters. And as you can understand, I've never went through even half of this book, so this book I will treasure for a long time. But I thought I'd show you that since we're talking about Van Gogh. A really good book, that one. I've got many other books on Van Gogh, as you would gather. Rembrandt, he wasn't too bad. He was one of those artists that overspent. He indulged in what would you say? And he indulged in buying treasures, creature comforts, etc., etc. So he was a bit completely different from Van Gogh. He was extravagant in his spending because he was making money, you know what I mean? But in the end it got him, like, he had to sell everything to survive. But going back to Van Gogh, there's many other artists like him that had to sell paintings to survive, basically, and at times they were stripping, saving to survive the day and to make ends meet, basically. So that's one of the reasons that I admire Van Gogh. Yeah, there's a lot of my bills wouldn't get paid, guys, if it wasn't for my paintings getting sold on eBay and the occasional one on my website. So I'm grateful to that side of my business, and I'll continue to do it. If I didn't continue to do it, there's a lot of bills that wouldn't get paid. I don't think any artist that their paintings become exceptionally famous and well sought after, I don't think the artists at the time realise how much their paintings would go for. And it just, as I said, it just amazes me. You just never know who the next big artist is going to be. To give you one example, There is one artist that I know of that is no longer living. I think it was not that long ago that he passed away, and he was a very I think he still is unknown artist. There's very few that know about him. I know about him, and there's a lot of other people that do, like, but he is going to be, I reckon in my own mind, that he is going to be one of those artists like Van Gogh, Rembrandt, blah blah blah, in the say distant future anyway, but pretty near future, is an artist you've probably never heard of him, Theodore Major. He is a Lancashire artist. He knew Lowry and all those Lancashire artists down south, but I will put a link to one of his videos and you can have a look at it and you'll see what I mean about his art is going to be way outpriced once the market finds who he is in the, I'd say, distant future. But if somebody has had the lucky opportunity to buy one of Theodore's paintings, then hang on to it, because you might be quids in, and it's not just for the money's sake as well, it's the art as well as people buy the art for. There is many people that would buy art just for the investment, but if you go and watch this video of him, you'll see what I mean about his art. Other people might think that what a lot of claptrap his art is, but in my mind it's good art. It's what an artist should be painting, these things that Theodore's been painting. But he is I must warn you, he is a very colourful artist. And I'm talking about language and just different things that he says, and just his meanour, and as the girl in the video says, you can question him as a man, but as an artist, you can't question. There's a lot of skeletons in Theodore Major's paintings, and a lot of industrial background workings in his paintings. As you'll, if you ever get a chance to see, you'll see what I'm talking about. And he's also got the sun, industrial backgrounds and skeletons, and just light and dark and colour is incorporated in his paintings. But I could watch him for hours, and I just noticed recently that there's a site that's just uploaded fresh film and videos of Theodore getting interviewed, and in his homes, as I said. He's not just got one home, he bought another home just to store his paintings. Now, a thing that you should know about Theodore is he did not like selling his paintings one little bit. I think he had a bad experience at one point, and I think it was something to do with his local council. I think it is. You would need to watch the videos to find out yourselves. You know what I'm like. I have a very I've got a very forgetful mind, and whatever, my attention span is like that at times. So if I watch something 10 minutes later, I forget all about it. But the thing is, watch his videos and you'll see what I mean. He hated selling his paintings, and God help you if you went into his house to ask how much each painting was, because that's one thing that he detested, was putting a price on a painting. Which I quite admire him for as well, you know what I mean? What price do you put on art, and especially your own art? And especially if somebody's coming in and make it obvious that they want to buy your art just to make money. So I could just imagine him, because he would blow the top at whoever asked that question. And somebody did ask that question if you look at his videos. He'll explain it to you himself. Another one of my favourite artists is Rien-Port-Vliet. I'll write it here for you. Rien-Port-Vliet. He is a wildlife artist. I think he's from, I think he's a Dutch artist. Could be Belgium. I'll put it down here as well. I'm just not too sure, my memory. But he's one of my favourite and probably one of the best artists for wildlife that I think of anyway at this present time. He's also passed away, he's no longer living anymore, but I'll put a link to one of his videos as well and you can go and watch him. But I've had a lot of inspiration and I've learned a lot from Rien. Yeah, I really like his art. Now, when you see Rien's artwork, especially his foxes and his boars, wild boars, you will see what I mean, that he is a superb artist. They've got a museum over in his home country dedicated to him, just with all his art in it. That's a big honour, you know what I mean? When I say, guys, about Rien's paintings that you know what I mean when you see them, I'll put one up here so that you can see what I'm talking about. But it's the actual detail and the mannerisms of the animal that he conveys through painting that the thing comes to life. You just have to have a look. You see what I mean? There's just something about Rien's paintings that you are transformed into the painting, and you practically see. I mean, it's like you're actually in the film with a photograph of the actual animal. There's just the way he's painted. It's hard to describe, but you can see by the painting. This last artist that I'm going to talk to you about, guys, is one of my other favourites. His name's Antonio. I'll put his name down here as well. I think he's Italian. And to explain to you why I like this artist, every artist has their own unique style and medium and whatever they paint from, oil, watercolours, blah blah blah. But every artist has their own unique style. Now, my Garden of Eden paintings came under a bit of scrutiny, or what would you say? Put it this way: someone says about my Garden of Eden paintings and animals that they thought that a 5-year-old had drawn them. Well, that is just the way my mind, my perception, and it comes out in my hands, and I just put it down on paper or canvas. And I had a chuckle when I got that comment coming back to saying, "You'd think a 5-year-old had painted these." I just smile and laugh, because if you understand Antonio, who I'm going to show you his paintings, he's a naive artist. Now, a naive artist is a person who draws what he sees, how he feels. It could be like a stick man, it could be a blob, it could be a mass of colours, etc, etc. And yeah, I'll let you decide yourself, but he is well revered in his home country and across the world. So I'll put a link to one of his videos as well. I think he had a bit of a tragic life as well, so, but I thoroughly enjoyed, just to give you an example, I thoroughly enjoyed his films and his videos. There's actual films of him actually in real life, and there's actually films made of him by an actor. But the thing, I'll give you an example. Round his neck he used to wear a mirror, and he used to see in this mirror, he used to pop the mirror up and look at himself and do impressions of animals like lions, tigers, foxes, blah blah blah. So he had a mirror around his neck where he could put these expressions out. He actually transferred himself into this animal type creature. But as again, once again, you'll have to watch the video to see what I mean and what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, the copyright rules does not let you see any of the film, so the only thing I can do is put the link in the bottom of the description box, and you can have a look yourself and see what I mean. But just remember, this is what I says to you: you should never ever make fun of anybody's art. Everybody has their own unique styles. Art comes in all shapes and forms, so next time you see a piece of art and you yourself criticise and say, oh God, I could do better myself, just think of what I'm just telling you. Everybody's got their own style. And by the way, these are the type of paintings that go for millions, thousands of pounds and millions of pounds, so who has the last laugh then? I have many more well-known artists, some not well-known, that I admire and I follow, and I'll probably in a future vlog talk a bit more about them to you, and I hope you've enjoyed listening to this bit of talk on the artists I admire and talking a wee bit about other artists. So let's get on and go on to the next vlog.